Now tuned into the DFPN, the Dat Feeling Podcast Network.
Salute Podcast. You always in the service of drinking. Salute Podcast. You always in the service of drinking. Salute. Salute Podcast. Hey, yo, what's up? What they do? Welcome to another episode of the Salute Podcast. I am your boy, retired Chief Master Sergeant Pat Wilcox, a.k.a. the Hip Hop Chief, a.k.a. Conscious Rhyme of the group Purgatory. The Salute Podcast is always in the service of dreamers, and we showcase the talents of all current and prior military members and the elements of hip-hop. So if you can rap, also dress fresh, and you served your country, then this salute is for you. So I'm back again with my man. So before I get into the, I just got to throw some out before I get into the sponsors. This is a retake. Of a past episode. What happened was the quality was bad. It wasn't good. And I want to do my man some justice. I wasn't going to do him that way. I want to make sure that he is, he's heard and he has some excellent things to say. He had family on here. I don't know if they're going to be on here this time, but they was on here last time and they were showing my man a lot of love. But it's all good. It don't matter, man. I just want to make sure he's heard and what he has to say is heard, because he had some good stuff he was saying, and it was a very good podcast. And I want to make sure everybody got a chance to see it. So here we are, and we doing it again. It's the rewind. All right. So, let's get into these sponsors. Let's talk a little bit about the sponsors, and after we do the sponsors, we hop into the show. All right. So, first up is Plugs Earbuds. Plugs Earbuds at www.gettheplugs.com. Enter the code DFPN10 to get a 10% discount on it. So and next one up is Audio Swim. www.audioswim.com and Permit Element UAE at www.permitelement.com. One time for my man Shorty Pimp, 305 Dade County all day. You already know. All right. Next up, Patreon. Just for $3, you can get all of these podcasts of the DP, the Dat Feeling Network podcasts. You can get them all advertisement free. I know that's what you like, because you do not want to hear, my man Black interrupting all these vibes we got going. He jumping in with his stuff. You don't want that. So if you go for $3, the Patreon, you can get all of these podcasts and all of our content free. Advertisement free. Last but not least, so I got to stretch out. Bring it back. It's merch time. Yes, sir. Merch. There it is right there. Got cups. Got some new shirts on there with my logo, with my theme, what they do. Go check that out. Some nice stuff on the back. Dat Feeling Podcast Network. Dat Feeling. Check us all out. But yeah, go get the merch. The merch is at Teesprings. So you want to go to www.teesprings.com and search for Dat Feeling Podcast. Remember, search for Dat Feeling Podcast. Whole bunch of other merch out there. My merch. Whole bunch of other merch out there. Go grab you a little bit. Support the network. Support what we doing. All right. So there it is. We welcome my man D Mills back to the salute. So
thank you.
Like I said, I went into a whole long spiel last time, but all I'm gonna say this time is we had audio. It was horrible, But the recap, where I know my man Denard Miller from, we were stationed together at Shaw Air Force Base in the great state of South Carolina. I met him there, and while he was stationed there, I think he had maybe been there a couple years, maybe before me. We met each other there, kind of got a friendship. We figured out we kind of had something in common with hip hop, and that's how I kind of, we kind of got going there. So I'm not gonna go into the whole spiel about how it all went down. All I can do is tell you that it was a good experience. We had some good times. Most memorably, the wedding. I talked about it last time. The wedding we went to, that was really good. I still to the life of me can't remember who wedding it is, but hopefully one day somebody will tell us, hey, you know what?
It was Reggie's wedding. It was Reggie's wedding. I was in the wedding. Reggie Goodwin.
That's who it was? Okay, damn. I was trying to remember. I said, who damn wedding was that, man? We went to. We was looking fly out there, though. We was looking good.
Yeah, we was all straight. Yeah.
We was all straight that day. I was like, damn, man. Everybody was out. I was like, man, we was looking good. Boy, we was in the country, though. I don't know where the hell we was.
The country, baby. That's where we was.
We was straight up in the country. I was like, man, where is this at? You know what I'm saying? But, you know, I hope they still married. I don't know. But it was a good wedding. We had a good time. But yeah, my man D Mills, he's an author. He's an MC. I mean, he's a vet. He's, you know, I've had, you know, he was the second firefighter that I had on here, and he was the first Air Force firefighter I had on here. Since then, you know, we just episode 7 rewind, but now episode 8 we got, you know what I'm saying, Chief Russell on here. So Chief Russell is the now the second other than myself Air Force firefighter we done had on here. So yeah, man, we you know, I hope to have other Air Force firefighters on here too. But he's an author. He's working on a project right now with some of his family. But, you know, so I'm gonna let him speak on some of the stuff. But he went down. You know, I think this weekend, shot a video. He did some things, man. So, you know, he did another podcast in Memphis. So I see all his pictures on Facebook. I love Memphis, the great state of Memphis. I love Memphis, great state of Tennessee, Nashville, Memphis. It's all for me. I like it. So I love to visit there. But yeah, he was shooting some stuff down there, man. So yeah. I ain't gonna hold up, because like I say, this podcast is never just about me. It's always about bringing people in that have good stories and good things to tell. So some of the questions I'm gonna ask him gonna be some stuff he said the last time, and some things gonna be brand new. I had to think of some really good ones. He called me today like, hey man, you gonna ask me the same questions? You know what I'm saying? You want to bring some excitement? I was like, look man, my face brings excitement. When I come on here, it's excitement. You don't know what kind of hat I'm gonna wear. You don't know what Miami hat I'm gonna wear. So I'm gonna bring some damn excitement. You don't know what I'm gonna do. So, but now he was like, bring some excitement. I said, bet you. I got you. So I went back. I got some really good questions. You asked for it and you shall receive. So I got some good questions. I think gonna get some conversation going, and we're gonna make this thing happen. But I'm gonna let them talk about, the first question I always ask everybody where they served at. If you want to recap some of that, what why and where did he serve at? I let him do that. And some of the places you served at, you can kind of recap some of that. But I want you to talk about, after you recap that, I want you to tell us what you did this weekend, because it was hard. So I want to speak on what you did this weekend. So go through your service real quick, and then right after that, just kind of tell people what you was doing this weekend.
Yeah, so this is D-Mill, Denard Miller. I served 11 years active duty in the Air Force as a firefighter, and my first duty station was Shaw Air Force Base, where I met the hip hop chief. I was at Shaw my entire first enlistment. I even re-enlisted there. After I left Shaw, I went to Honduras at Soto Cano Air Base. After that, I got stationed in MacDill, Tampa, Florida. I think we missed each other there, hip hop chief. You was there too, I know.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
And then from MacDill, I went to Guam, beautiful island in the middle of the Pacific. And I got out of the military from Nellis Air Force Base in Las Vegas, Nevada. So 11 years of service, got out, got hired by the Department of Defense to continue to do the same job that I did in the Air Force, and been doing it ever since 2009. So that's coming up on 23 years of fire service with DOD. Now I'm currently here in Virginia at Fort A.P. Hill, serving as the fire inspector under the deputy hip hop chief. Yes, sir. Military, great ride. This weekend was a blur. As you know, hip hop chief, this is my first music video, and it was fun. But we recorded 2 music videos, which is why it was a blur, which is why, 2 music videos in 2 days, an interview, a live performance, and we recorded another song. So everybody at the Underground Network in Memphis, Tennessee, showing me love, feeding me good, having a couple of drinks.
I bet they was feeding you good in Memphis.
Hey, it was a good time, man. And the people on that team with the work ethic, my man Spiritual, the Hitman, the loveliness AJ, my girl Keisha, everybody put in work. Walker, A Marie. We had a lot of people that just made, like I said, my first time doing videos. So to see your song coming together visually like that, hey, I know you already know you got a lot of videos out there.
I'm gonna have some more videos. I'm gonna shoot some more videos.
Yeah, it was a good time, real good time. So again, just still working on this project. This project is like an example project for my fam that's still doing music too. I mean, they're really good. I just think that they have some more. They got some more levels and heights they can go. And I'm just trying to lead the way by example. If you got the right work ethic, man, sky's the limit. I believe that in any arena of life. And so yeah, my man, Rude Boy Peso, OTM Larry, OTM Tubbs, and Latrell Monique. Recently now I'm writing R&B for my cousin Latrell Monique, and that's fun because, like I said, I love R&B. I just wasn't blessed with the voice to be the R&B artist. But yeah, man, it's music, man. It's what we do, man. I love it.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I saw you was having a good time, man. You know what I mean? And you just, like I said, I wanted to bring you back here because, like, you just the essence of what I be talking about on here, man. You doing your thing. We always in the service of dreamers because it's dreams, man. You know what I mean? And it don't matter how old you are, what you're doing. If you dream and you have a dream, follow your dreams, man. Don't let nobody tell you what you can and what you can't do. Follow your dreams. Be happy and do what make you happy. Don't worry about what everybody else thinking and what they doing. This man went out there. I saw his stuff that he was doing. He was happy. I mean, be happy doing what you happy. You might not make a cent. You know what I'm saying? It might be two people looking at you on the video, but it don't matter. You was happy while you was doing it, and y'all had a good time. And the stuff you've been working on, I helped with some of it. I know you re-recorded a lot of it, but I helped with a lot of it, and I everything was good that I heard, and I already know what, I already know what you bring to the table, man. So, man, it's just one of them things where they say follow your dreams. It was excellent. I saw what you was doing. I can't wait to see the video. I know it's gonna be hard. From what I saw, I was like, man, they having too much damn fun. I should have been in this. You know what I'm saying? But it was looking good. I was like, yeah, I should have been there. But yeah, man, keep going. I can't wait to hear what it sounds like and what it's on, man. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna ask you some questions, and so these gonna be some new questions. The first couple, bunch of them gonna be pretty new questions. So, and it's gonna gonna get that. We just gonna get it. Let's get it popping. So the first question that I have for you is, what are your thoughts on being in the military and being an artist? Do you think you can do both, or do you have to eventually make a choice?
For me, the way I did it, you definitely can do both. I feel like the military was a great resource for the artistry, meaning I was able to perform in places that without the military, I don't know if I would have made it there. I was able to live overseas, perform overseas, and just the cultures, from the traveling, from the deployment, from the different assignments, the people that you meet, all of that is a part of the process with what I take away for writing. For me, I think that the only way that I would see where eventually you may have to choose one or the other is if you're deciding that you want to go a little bit further and your commitment to the military may not work with that. And at that point, I just feel like any artist, you have to make a decision and be willing to live by that decision. Just make a choice and roll with it. But for while you were in the military, I'm like, for me personally, let that be a resource and a tool to the artistry. And that's what I did. I mean, case in point, I met other MCs that were further along that helped me just by listening to what he was doing. I tell the story by listening to Purgatory and the stuff that y'all had that I already had recorded, in an arena I was trying to break into. Like I said, on the show before, I was doing the gospel hip hop thing, trying to branch out and just be known as an artist, not a gospel hip hop artist. Mm-hmm. So, you meet a lot of people I mean, that's one of the main resources. There's the people that you're going to meet in the military that can help you, further your skill, whether that's writing, whether that's rhyming, whether that's performing. I've never been the type of guy I'm always learning. Like, I'm always paying attention and learning. If you want to stay relevant, I feel like you have to do that. You have to keep learning. Yeah,
man. I just go with two things, man. I go with my stuff. We just had the chief on here last week. I asked him somewhat the same question, and before that, we had MRK SX. You know what I'm saying? He's a military vet and one of the artists with That Feeling Network. That Feeling Network guys, man. So he came on here, and if I go with him first, he told me, he's like, look, he just had to get, he had to make a choice. He said he sat in the parking lot the day, because what happened, he got rifted out. You know what I'm saying? When after a while they do that. Every so often in the military, like, hey, say, yo, we doing some stuff at your career field, we downsizing it, and you got a choice. You can stay, cross train someplace else, and get out. And so he had a choice. He set up in the parking lot. He was like, yo, it's do or die. Do or die. So he just went for it. He just got the 12 years military, just went for it. You know what I mean? And every man had their own story, and I commend him on doing that. And I mean, I wish I had done something like that, but sometimes obligations and family take up some of that stuff, and you're not able to do it. So I just say, and the chief came on last week, and he was saying some of the same stuff. He was like, I had to make a choice. Family, because if you haven't seen that podcast, I implore you to go check that out. Because the dude, he met Erykah Badu. He got a good story about Erykah Badu and her nursing and her big hat. So I'm not going to give that away. You got to go back and watch it. But I mean, the dude was working with, he was doing it. You know what I mean? But he had to make a choice at a point, and make a decision. I know if you're going to make millions of dollars, you're going to sign a contract. It's no way. I just saw T-Pain wife. She was in the military. Hell yeah, her husband about to be a millionaire. I'm not being in the military. She got pregnant, I think, and she jumped out. So it just depends on what you got going on. That's where I feel. Follow your dream in its circumstances. If they're gonna give you something that's gonna help you sustain, make more, or make what you making in the military, I can see it. If not, you might have to think about it. If it's just really your passion, or you could go back to what Quincy Jones said. We say, what Quincy Jones? What was your backup plan? He's like, I never had a backup plan. So hey, you can just go for it. You know what I mean? So it just each his own. Myself, like I said, I had an opportunity. I got out, later on, but I had a chance to, I had to think about it, but I just knew I wanted to do this, and so I was lucky that I had a firefighter job that allowed me. I was off a lot, so I was able to do a lot of stuff. You know what I mean? And I was in the reserves. I realized early on that active duty was not for me. It was not a good, fit for me, because I wasn't, I was under some constraints. When I got out, I was able to do a lot more, move a lot more, do a lot more things that I wanted to do. So it just depends on kind of what you got going on, man. So I mean, it's all in the person and what responsibilities or what they have at that time that help them make that choice. So yeah, that was a good answer you gave. All right, so the next next question is, do you think being in the service helped or hurt your writing or music?
For me, it helped. It didn't hurt me at all. Like I said, it helped because it placed me around a lot of at Shaw. There's a lot of artists at Shaw. Even before you got there, they used to have that program in the Air Force, first time airman's course, FTAC, where you can, for the first month you were on a duty station, you're going to all these classes, knocking out all of this paperwork you got to go through, all of these classes. Well, during that, I met people outside of the fire department that didn't know, they was all into music. One of the guys had a studio in the dormitory. So just that alone, meeting them, being around them, going in there, just in there writing real quick and then making music real quick. That was fun. That was a part of the process too. So it definitely helped me. And the experiences going through, the good and the bad experiences. Like I said, I felt like I grew up in the military. I got in the Air Force, I was 21 years old. And I got out, I was 33. I had been married, I had been divorced. I had been engaged, it didn't work. So I lost people close to me. I went through a lot of life experience in the military that added to the writing. You know what I mean? So it definitely helped me.
Yeah. I think, on my side, man, I think it definitely helped me to be more focused, because when you had to sit there, especially when I got to be a supervisor. When I got to be a supervisor, I was a staff sergeant. I had to be really focused on writing and how I had to write stuff. And, I started learning to be more focused, and I got to become more mature in how I was writing, because I got more life experience. When I was in Miami, I found my own rap book here not too long. One day I'm going to bring it on to show everybody my old rap book from like 1988, 1987. So I found all my raps. I'm reading through the raps. I'm like, man, these were some corny raps. You know what I mean? Because I didn't know nothing. All I knew was my Vogue ties, my chain around my neck, talking about the dope boys and the women, I didn't really have no really life experiences to build off of, The military helped me with that, gave me life experiences to be able to write about. So I think it just made my pen. I think I was already headed that route, because I was already on Tupac and stuff like that, and I was already on Public Enemy, and I was on Scarface, and I was on some of those dudes that was telling it, speaking the truth. But I think that I just wasn't where I needed to be, as far as maturity. And I think when you go through things in the military and all the things, you grow up quick. You ain't got no choice, because your mama and daddy ain't there. You in the dorms. You got to go to work every day. You know what I'm saying? It's what it is. Yeah. You grow up quick. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I had a job when I was in Miami. It wasn't like I didn't have I wasn't working, and I but I was different. I was staying with my grandma. You know what I'm saying? I'm on my own now. I got to pay my first rent I ever paid. My first time when I moved off, the first rent I ever paid was $350.
Yeah.
And you can't find no apartment 1 bedroom now for $350 a month.
Yeah, you can. You don't want to be there. I'll tell you that right now. You find that now, you don't want to live there. I promise you that.
And this wasn't hood, you know what I'm saying? But it wasn't the greatest. All my partners lived in that same spot. You know what I'm saying? My man Op Solo, he lived like 4 doors down. We was all in the same little building. But I was on my own. I had to learn how to be a mature. And I just think that that it made me mature. My writing, my pen. My penmanship and what I had to say, it just matured me in that. So that's what I say, man. Let's see. The next question is, what do you think about Southern hip hop today? All right, in comparison to UGK, Outkast, Ghetto Boys, or 8 Ball and MJG.
Man, that's
this is a good one here. This is a good question. I knew that was gonna be a good one.
It's a good question. I don't really know if it's it's like this. To me, it's like that barbershop conversation. Who's better, Jordan or LeBron? I'm an old school cat, and I felt like back then it just was better. So I'm gonna say Jordan. So when it comes to comparing, today with then, it's a different era. I'm still more favorable to what was out then, because I could identify and relate to it. Not just the lyrics, not just the cadence, not just the style, not just the music, but even the style of dress. It's a different world today in the hip hop today, down south, up north, east coast. It don't matter. It's just, to me, it's just different. There's some people out there putting out some hot stuff, some good stuff that I do follow. I just think that it's the time they even have their own slang, their own. I don't know, man. It's just we're just in that state where to me is different. It's still good. It's still some good music out there. Some artists trying some different things. I have no problem with somebody being creative to try something different, to attempt it. I don't have to like it, but hey, somebody may like it. But me personally, man, I'm more partial to, when I'm riding around in the radio, when I'm riding around and my radio is on, it's typically not listening to anything new. Somebody has to tell me, hey, go take a listen to this, that, and the other. Or I have to be out at the cigar lounge having a cigar with the live DJ, and he plays something, and I'm like, that's hot. Let me go to my phone and find out who this is.
Yeah.
Download. That's usually how I get the more newer stuff. Not taking shots or jabs at any new Southern artist. I'm not. It's just that I'm an old school cat. That's what I prefer. But yeah, man.
Yeah. I understand. You know what I'm saying? I'm a Southern dude. You know, people say Miami, not the South, but I don't know how far south you could go because Key West got to the southernmost point. But I understand why they say that because Miami have a lot of influences and it's not just black and white. It's just everything down there. So you ain't my, you know, they speak Spanish down there. Whatever, man. You know what I'm saying? But I'm a Southern dude. I would say that, you know, I remember when the Source Awards seeing Andre 3000 on the stage. He was like, the South got something to say. Back then they were looking like, what? The New York cast is like, whatever. The South got something to say. But now, if you're paying attention, the New York rappers sound like the Southern rappers. A lot of them do. They take the Southern beats. They do the same thing. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I you know, I'm a Southern. You know, I'm gonna be my UGK. I'm with you. I'm an old school cat. I do venture out and I listen to some of the new cats. I do try to sit through a Kodak Black album. I have tried. You know, is he my cup of tea? No. He's Southern boy, South Florida boy. I try to listen. You know what I'm saying? You know, if I had a choice between, I'm gonna be honest with you now. Yeah, I like his little boy, his little partner with him, Jack Boy. Jack Boy, I like Jack Boy. Jack Boy be you know, he be saying some of the, you know, some of the same thing all these other rappers. But then my little feelings was hurt because I listened to Quando Rondo from Atlanta, and then Quando Rondo sounds just like Jack Boy. I'm like, oh damn, you know, so I thought Jack Boy, but I think he sounds a lot better than, you know, than Kodak Black in my opinion. Kodak Black got his own thing, what it is, but it just, you know, like I said, for me, I think that what we need is balance, and I think I've said it before. I'm all right with all that stuff, but it starts saturating the radio, and you don't have no Public Enemies. Tell me what song is out right now that all the stuff going on in the country. Now, you can do what you want, you know what I'm saying? But all the stuff going on in the country and the world, and who do you know that's talking about it? Yeah. You remember? Yeah. We used to have Public Enemy. You know, even NWA had their own thing to say. I mean, we just need a space. You could be that. Is there not a Southern rapper with a beat or whatever it is that got these rappers out here that got that feel, that same little Southern with that, you know, that 808 kind of feel that's talking about something? The only time they'll come out and talk, I saw a little baby. He did a little track on when you know, Black Lives Matter. They'll come out and they'll talk about it for a minute, but since it don't make dollars, to them it don't make sense. You know what I'm saying? But you just need to have that balance, man. And a lot of times we don't have it. But Southern rappers now, I think the last of the Southern rappers that I was kind of listening to was T.I. T.I. was the last little easy. You know what I'm saying? T.I. was pretty much it. You know what I'm saying? After that, I really haven't, you know what I'm saying? I tried now. Don't get it twisted. I tried to look into, you know what I'm saying? What's it? The Migos. I tried to listen to the Migos, but it's just not my cup of tea, man. You know what I mean? Yeah. I ain't knocking nobody.
Like you said, yeah, you like it or you don't. That's with anything. You know, it's not knocking him. That's just you. Like, now I do rocks with J. Cole, you know, from North Carolina. I like
J. Cole. J. Cole got more of a, he's an old school head, man. Get out here, man. You know what I'm talking about. That ain't even fair.
But but it's a difference. That is clearly a you know, I could get behind that because, like you said, it's got more of the old school feel for me when I'm listening to it. So I can get it. I'm aware. I'm gonna be more partial to old school style. That's my area.
No, I like, you know, like I said, I like damn, I can't think. I like Fonte. I don't know if you heard of Fonte from Little Brother. Got to check him out here, North Carolina cat. Listen to Fonte. Fonte is my, you know, I like him. He's Southern cat. You know, I like Rhapsody. She from North Carolina. She's straight. What's his name, man? Dang it. You know what I mean? From Mississippi. You know what I'm saying? What's the dude from Mississippi, man? My damn drawing a blank right now. But you know what I'm saying? Somebody gonna tell me who he is. And I'm gonna be like, damn, why the hell I couldn't remember his name right now. You know what I'm saying? I like him though. He cold with dude from Mississippi. What's his name, man? Dang it. You know what I'm saying? But he hard though. You know what I'm saying? He you can tell he's heavily influenced by Outkast. You know what I'm saying? So I will take the time and I will listen to him. He ain't putting it out in a while. I think he ain't putting it out in a minute. And I mean, I'm like, I hate when I can't think of their name. Oh, not David Banner. I'm saying, so I put it's not David Banner. It's other cat from Mississippi, man. Younger dude. Dang it. It's gonna hit me later on when I ain't thinking about it. Because it's right there on the tip of my damn tongue. Because I like his music. Because he always talking about Cadillac. He be going in though. The dude be going in. You know what I mean? But you know, and his beats is Southern beats, but you can tell he's heavily influenced by Outkast. Big Crit. There it is. Big Crit. You know what Big Crit is?
I heard that name, but I can't think about it.
You gotta check Big Crit out. That's a Big Crit. you got to check out Big Crit, man. You know what I'm saying? You could tell he's this, but he's that. He bridged the gap right there. So if I had a choice to listen to somebody from the South, it'd be more that. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, I'm old school like you. I'm with the UGK. You know what I'm saying? I'm with the Scarface. You know, 8 Ball, MJG. You know what I'm saying? We coming out hard. You know what I'm saying? Come on. You know what I'm saying? You heard that for the first time when that song came on. You was like, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, 8 Ball, MJG. We started this. We go finish this. Listen, Space Age Pimpin'. Hey, that I can get behind.
You know what I'm saying? That Space Age Pimpin' was hard. You know what I mean? So what I'm trying to say is UGK, I got a pocket full of stones.
Got a pocket full of stones, yes.
I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I like these young boys, but then you ask them, do you know any song by UGK? They look like, ooh.
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave that one alone. I'm just gonna move on to the next question. I'm gonna leave that one alone. So your book, you know what I'm saying? I love your book. We talked about it last time. I'll let you talk some more about your book, but I want to know, what influenced you to write the book. I kind of know, but I want you just to go back over it again and kind of tell everybody kind of some of the things that influenced you to kind of go and write the book that you wrote.
Okay. So when I wrote the book,
tell the name of the book. What's the name of the book?
The name of the book, Forged in the Fire. It's probably not going to show up the right way there. It's probably going to be backwards.
I said it right now.
Okay. All right. Forged in the Fire. All right.
Forged in the Fire.
Forged in the Fire was a book that I wrote. And what I used, it was during the time where we had a lot of social injustice going on. We had a lot of, Black folks getting killed by police officers, or a lot of Black folks getting killed by civilians, and they're getting off. And it just was during the time where I'm in the fire department, and it just looking at the young people coming into the fire department, especially young people of color, but watching how things have changed. Like when I came up through the fire department, when I came up in the military, whatever, I was taught that I'm going to have to work really, really hard if I want to be successful. I was taught that being mediocre wasn't going to cut it. I thought you have to have a work ethic to go out there and get it. But that's not what I was seeing coming in, especially now that I'm training these guys, and I'm at the age now where it's no more D Mill, it's Mr. Miller. And I'm like, yo, man, what is going on? Like, why don't you understand that you have to get out here and work? So with Forged in the Fire, with all of that stuff going on, I started writing the book. And it was only about my military experiences of going through discrimination, racism, not throughout my whole military experience either. Just, in the book, it is a couple of places where I really had that situation. Yeah. And how, if you don't have the mind frame, my parents taught me, and I was raised in church, I have my own personal relationship with God. Like, there were certain things that I had in place, that all of these lessons I heard growing up that your parents think is going in one ear and out the other, it all came right to me when I needed it at the right time. That this world out here is a beast, and if it's going to be a beast, you have to be prepared to navigate through it. And I didn't allow any of the nonsense that was coming at me change who I was as a person, because if I did, I would have missed out on a lot of relationships. I would have missed out on a lot of friendships. And I would have probably burned some bridges if I would have reacted unprofessionally, which is, I felt like what was really trying to happen. I felt like they wanted me to go there. But now I'm looking back at it, and I'm still in the fire service, doing what I enjoy, doing what I love. Like I told you, I got my dream job here in VA, with my direct supervisor right here interviewing me about a book I wrote that got me to that point. So that's the book, man. The book is it's not highlighting the racism. The book is highlighting how you don't allow people who not for you, who not in your corner, and coming at you, destroy whatever goals, whatever dreams, or hinder you. Road bumps, whatever, they fine. but you can go over a road bump. Nobody can stop you but you. That's how I felt. And that's what the book is more about. It's an encouraging situation to keep pushing.
Yeah, man. Like I said, I read, you know what I'm saying? I read a lot of the book, man. You know, I'm a slow reader, so it's going to take me forever to finish, but I do read it. You know what I'm saying? I got it on my phone and I read it, you know, and a lot of stuff that I read in it, I could identify with because, like I said, I came in the military straight from Miami-Dade County. I didn't know nobody. I was learning, and I think the chief that was on, he had some good things to say. And you know, when you come, people don't really understand you. They don't understand. And what he said was, and I was like, man, that hit it right on the head, man. I don't know if I took that clip and put it out there as a little advertisement for everybody to see. But I don't know if that was the one. But what he said was, he was like, yeah, man. He's like, you know, when you come in, they were talking about mentorship. And when you come in, a lot of times, no, before that, when you come in, we come in the military as African American men or young boys. When we come from backgrounds where it's usually, hey, you say something to me, I'm punching in your mouth. I don't got no time for we don't know how to talk. You like, that's just how we grew up. I mean, can't say something to you. He looking at you wrong. You in the club. Where I'm from, it's called the East. Cats giving you the East. You know what I'm saying? They be staring at you. You know what I'm saying? Some people call it mean mugging. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. You know, you looking at me too hard. I was just like, I had a thing. When I first came to the military, if you were staring at me, because this was just how I was. I would walk across wherever you were at, and I would ask you why you got, what's up? Why you staring at me like that? You know what I'm saying? What's up? What's the problem? You know what I mean? Because that's how we grew up. Like, you see something, you know what I'm saying? What's up? But he was just looking at me. He was just looking around the room, was looking at me, and happened to be looking at me for a minute. It's just the way we grew up. And if right. People not taking the time out to try to say, like, you know, let me try to get to know who this person is, you know, instead of first off thinking, okay, that cat, he just odd. He ain't odd. Yeah. He just, who he is a cultural thing. You know, you talk to somebody who's from, you know, Japanese, I guess they bow a lot. So, you know, they bowing to you like, why the dude keep bowing? When he gonna stop bowing? You might think that's odd, but that's not odd. That's just who the person is. You should take the time to maybe get to know who they are and what they're about. And then you'll find out that you might learn something about that person and who they are as a person and who they are and what their culture is not like that. So, you know, you find a lot of time you alienate. You talking about being alienated. And like, I'm just gonna sit in my dorm, man. I'm just like, you know, you shut down. Like this cat, you know, so I'm shutting all the way down. I'm not, you know what I'm saying? I'm not doing nothing. You just kind of, you know, unless somebody take the time out to really say, okay, let me get to know this person. You know, you just can misconstrue who this person is. And so, you know, I like the way when I was reading your book, I was thinking, I'm like, man, I've been there. I've been in those places that you've been. I know how that feels, and I know how it feels to be the person that's misunderstood. You know what I'm saying? And people looking at me crazy, and you know, and I'm having to defend who I am as a man and as a person. You kind of, I guess you got it's spinning. I'm sure you finna pop back here in a minute. Oh, might have lost him. Bring him back. All right, we have some technical difficulties as usual. It's happened before. We got to work through it. Hoping my man to come back. Maybe he'll come back somewhere in here. Man. Oh, there you go. Got him back.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. It started sounding like computers again.
No, you was good. It just take a little while to come back. So now Black had to come in and cut this thing up here.
Yeah.
But it's all good. No, what I was saying was before we got kind of disconnected there, man. What I was saying was that, you know, your book, I knew what that felt like. Coming into the fire department, coming from Miami, coming someplace, and people kind of looking at you and treating you kind of some kind of way. And I won't say, a lot of times I think the first thing we want to say is racist. I wouldn't say it is racist. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to say a person is racist. What I'm going to say is sometimes you have people that, you know what I'm saying, that just misunderstand. Like I said, they misunderstand you. And it might be, and I'm gonna say some people might be, or just honestly, they just don't understand who you are. You know what I mean? And it just what we got to do as especially young military guys coming in the military or guys already in the military, just figure out which one that is and act accordingly to what it is. Me, and it ain't always you picking up your fists and fighting. That's what I was trying to get at earlier. The first thing we want to do is pick up our fists and fight, knock cats out. Nah, you can't knock. You know what I'm saying? What I did was, I think we talked about it before, and I've talked about it before on the show, man. I went and I got them damn AFIs. I got them Air Force instructions. I went and I learned how to combat a lot of that stuff. Some things you can't combat because people just evil. But I learned how to combat a lot of that stuff by getting deep into what they was going by. Because once you got the rules on your side, it wasn't nothing nobody could do. But I had them moments where, I think I talked about when I was at Tyndall Air Force Base, man, the dude was changing the TV for BET, where you had to actually punch in the number for BET to get to it. You know what I'm saying? And if you come in the military, you're a fireman, and you probably African American, you probably felt some of that. You done had some of that happen. But we are examples of, and this is, if I could go back and change one thing that I think I wish I had did a little different when I was active duty. I pretty much let people run me away from active duty because I felt like I was going through so much. I was like, man, I was just mad. And so the mission was successful. The mission was to try to knock me off of what I was trying to do. And I let them do it. Instead of me saying, nah, I'm going to stick this through. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? I don't care. I'm going to stick it through. Like I said, I had to make a choice about getting out the military with music, whatever. But I might have would have stayed a little long in the military had I had not gone through some of the things I went through early on, which made me feel like, yo, I need to get up out of here. These cats made me want to kill. You know what I'm saying? But the mission that's the mission. The mission was, I'm gonna knock this cat off the square. I'm gonna push him out. I'm gonna make him do whatever. But I just found that I'm the king of the back door. I'm the king of the go around. There's more than one way to skin a cat. There's more than one way to catch a rat. So yeah, I didn't go the traditional way you wanted me to go, but I still made I still made my way in other ways. You know what I'm saying? So man, your book is a good book, man. I mean, if you don't have this book, you go check it out. Especially if you're a fireman and you was in the military, you're gonna be able to you're gonna be like, man, that was me. That was me. Everything the Chief talked about when he was on here, Chief Russell, is stuff that's in this book.
Yeah.
100%. All right, so I'll yammer on about that. Let me go to the next one. Okay, what was the reaction you got? I don't know if this was the first time you did it this past weekend, but what was the reaction you got the first time you performed in public?
Oh yeah, the first time I performed in public was back when I was in high school. That would have been the first time anybody ever knew I could rhyme, and that's, like I said, that's how I started. I got started, it was gospel hip hop, but me and my partner Spiritual, I went to him because I was a little nervous of being, going out there on stage. So I needed my hype man. I needed him to go with me. So, went to his house, we practiced, he heard me rhyme, and then we go to this here talent show, all of these people, and I flow. That's the first time my family's hearing it, my friends, my peers, and we actually won the talent show. That was my first time. And from that point there on, I'm like, yo, well, I'm gonna keep writing. Just gonna keep doing it. You know what I mean? So yeah, that would have been back in 1995. That was my first.
Oh, you're telling your age right now. Anyway, yeah. I did, man, back in mine was like back, I was in high school, man. Like I said, it was Sharice Rose, I performed Love Make Things Happen. Now, the first song we did was a guy song. Damn, I forgot what the name of the damn guy song. The guy song went well. You know what I'm saying? Okay. It was a little freaky. It was a little freaky. I played that song a couple times before. It was a little freaky guy song. And the second, that was like in my little singing range at the time. I was good. My butt tried to go sing, Love Make Things Happen. Didn't work well for you, boy. That straight boobs. Straight boobs. So I was like, you know what? I think I need to stick to rapping. And from that moment, I really had, that's what I did, man. My reaction, the reaction I got the first time was boobs. And I'm telling you, man, to this day, I still have a little bit of stage fright. I ain't gonna lie. And because I remember that, you know what I'm saying? So I had to make sure my show was like extra, extra tight and everything is good. Because man, I was like, man, it messed me up. I didn't know what I was gonna do. Man, did you freeze up again? I hope not. Yeah, it was love makes things happen, man. Not a good look for your boy. Never gonna happen again. Never. Let me see.
You there?
Yeah, I'm here. You there?
I can hear you and I can see you. I mean, you're not frozen on my end. I'm frozen on your end.
You froze on my end. You know, it's gonna be. I can see it's about to be a lot of damn damn editing in this. Your face is just straight froze, man. I don't know. Can you hear me? Jump out again. These are some awkward moments right now. I'm telling you, we need to get like the strongest Wi-Fi ever and use that. Is he still on here? No. Oh damn. I don't know. This was a rough one. This episode 7 is killer. All right, he out again. See if he came back. Okay. Add stream. Come on back. Oh man. Say never. Mm-hmm. I don't know what I was thinking. I don't know what I was thinking with love makes things happen, but that was not a good look for your boy. There you go. What's going on, man? We got the worst Wi-Fi signals around here, man.
Dude, I don't know.
You froze up again. Damn. You're moving, but you're moving mighty slow.
Really?
There you go. Now you back.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's going to be some editing, you know what I'm saying? But we can probably we're gonna make it happen. Yeah, but like I was saying, that's what happened, man. I got jacked up on that. They were making fun of me down here, man. These comments talking about love makes things happen. I'm like, yeah, I did sing love. I thought I was Babyface.
Hey. Yeah.
He said you're doing the mannequin challenge. Yeah, you are.
Hey, I'm
yeah, you.
Oh, man, yeah.
It's gonna be funny as hell on YouTube. These little moments where you pop in and out, and I'm sitting there talking to my damn self.
Yeah.
Well, look here. Thank God we this ain't a million seller yet.
Hey, man.
Get ready to cancel our ass. But hey, it's such as Wi-Fi, bro. You know what I mean? But yeah, I got booed. It wasn't a good look. You know, so now I had to make my show like extra tight. I memorize every rhyme. I be making sure I go over. I must stand in the mirror for hours making sure I got things right. And I know now that if you're gonna sing something, you should probably sing within your range.
And hey, thank God for auto-tune. But now, I got you.
Back in 1992.
It wasn't no auto-tune back then.
It was you on stage and a bunch of people laughing at you.
If you didn't know your range and you started singing a song that was out of it, the crowd definitely was letting you know.
Hey, my man E. Smitty, E. Smitty, hey, one time for E. Smitty just did a chorus for me on one of my songs.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, cats, you're gonna be singing this song. You're gonna be singing it. You're gonna be like, damn, what is that? You know what I mean? You're gonna remember what I say. In another month, you're gonna remember what I say. But anyway, one time for E. Smitty. Thank you so much, bro. All right, so let's go to the next question. What is your favorite hip-hop song and why?
Man, my favorite, I would have to say, Keep Your Head Up, Tupac. That song right there is when I decided to pick up a pencil and some paper, started trying to write. And the reason why is because just Tupac was one of my favorite artists because, man, how can I say it, man? He he lived his truth. He was who he was, and he rhymed about who he was and what he was, and just the way that his energy came about on stage and everything. I was a fan. But he always, no matter what album it was, he always gave you something. He was a storyteller. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm gonna say that song and that artist right there.
Wanna know? Yeah. Tupac is one of my favorite artists, and I could go through 1,000 Tupac songs that I could say was my favorite songs. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm a big Tupac fan. But I'm gonna say one of my favorite songs that people don't talk about. Probably some other people's favorite song. Is on ATLiens. And my favorite song, because every chance I get to play it, I put it right in my car. So I play the damn song, and I get the same feeling I had the first time I heard it till this day. So my favorite song, I'll tell you right now, one of my favorite songs, if not the favorite, is Wheels of Steel.
Wheels of Steel. Hey,
see? Yeah, I'm saying, when you hear it, you're like, oh. I'm like, people like, that's not one of somebody's top 10 song? Man, that was my joint. You know what I'm saying? So, I could think of 1,000, that. And I'm just thinking about songs that made me like, I need to get better at this pen. That was one of them. And the first time I heard, never seen a man cry.
Never seen a man cry.
Until I seen a man die. I heard Scarface, because before that, I don't know if you remember what Scarface rapped like. His rap was totally different. He was like, you know what I'm saying? He just is different. His rhyme style was totally different. And then when he came back, when he came with that, he found his niche. When he came back, you know what I'm saying? Imagine life in this. You know what I'm saying? Came like that. Like, oh, I'm like, what's up with this cat voice? You know what I'm saying? Laying in the hands of his enemy. I was like, oh, all right. All right, I see you. You know what I'm saying? His voice is just what he did. And so I was like, man, I had a deep voice already. And so I was like, I need to get on my deep voice. Him, MJG was somebody that influenced me, and my man Cujo Goody. You know what I'm saying? Cujo Goody was a big influence on, because he was all, and Tupac. He was all rappers with deep voices. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But Wheels of Steel. If y'all don't know what Wheels of Steel is, ATLiens. You know what I'm saying? Man. As I sit in my B-boy stands with flip-flops and socks on. You're like, oh, snap. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna leave. I'm getting too excited about that song. I love that song, man. But Keep Your Head Up is a gem, man. And a lot of times, do you know who's singing on Keep Your Head Up?
I don't.
Oh, man. Come on. Really? You don't know who's singing on there? David Hollister.
I didn't even know who David Hollister was back then. I know who he is now. I didn't see him in concert, the Brothers Cole, but I didn't know who he was back then. I didn't know that. Man.
I didn't know he was on there neither.
I didn't know that. Yeah,
I didn't know. What's crazy about it? So, say 50 degrees of where the separation. What's crazy about it is this. So, David Hollister was on Keep Your Head Up, right? He was a member of Blackstreet.
Right.
Blackstreet did No Diggity. Right. Tupac got into beef with Dr. Dre. And so with Dr. Dre, what he was gonna do, he tried to use the No Diggity beat for Toss It Up. Let me see you toss it up. I like the way you give it to me. He wanted, you know what I'm saying? He called himself gonna try to diss, but they sued that cat, cease and desist. So that's why you get a whole different beat on Toss It Up.
Toss It Up, yep.
So think about that. David Hollister did, you know what I'm saying, Keep Your Head Up.
Yeah.
All 50 degrees of separation. He come back around right before he died. He tried to use No Diggity. He got that. They told him cease and desist. You know what I'm saying? All his beef with Dr. Dre, but a member of Blackstreet helped him with one of his biggest hits. I think maybe twice. You can even look at it like that. Because he wouldn't have came up with Toss It Up if it hadn't been for No Diggity.
Yeah.
How about that? Yeah, man. There you go. I like doing stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I like that 50 degrees of separation. I think that's what it is, 50 degrees of separation. All right. Let me see. Now we're finna get into some deep stuff. I got to get your mind right on some deep stuff. So what do you think about the voting law change in Texas or in other states?
Well, Texas, Georgia, all of these states that's going through these voting laws, and it is what it is. It is making it more difficult for certain group of people to get out here and vote, whether they want to admit it, the lawmakers want to admit it or not. I just feel that no matter how difficult you make something, people who want change will find a way to still get out to the polls to get it and to get it done. You know, I mean, and it's that's the way it's always been in this country. You know what I mean? You come over a hump, they throw another hump there. You come over that hump, another hump come there. People that won't change will find a way. That's how I feel about it. You know, I also feel like politics, man. Politics will do what they want to do. I know they're supposed to represent the people, but they're gonna do what they want to do with their own agenda behind. That's how I feel about it. I said it. That's how I feel. You know,
man, I feel the same way. I'm with you, man. I be looking at some of this stuff, man. I be just saying, you know, and you know, people are the president. The president ain't got that kind of power, man. The president is he's a slave to the damn Congress. You know, and everybody got their own little political agendas, and some of the stuff I think is just crazy. You know, do I think these voting laws? I'm like, man, everybody hopping up over voting laws, want to change the voting laws. I'm like, I mean, I just say, you know, what the question is, what can you do? What can you do if you didn't win an election and in your state is run by people that want your voting law is gonna be changed. You could put up all the fuss, all the stink you want to put up, it's getting changed.
Yeah,
don't matter. You know what I'm saying? I wish, hey, we all fought for, you know, people marching, fought for the rights, and I don't say just lay down and let it happen. But what are you gonna do? You look at the Senate and stuff like that. You don't have enough votes for one thing, or you go to state, Texas, ran by Republican people. They're gonna win.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. You know what I mean? I watch President Obama go through some of that stuff when he was in. I mean, everybody like Obama, he gonna be changed. They're like, hell nah, you ain't getting no change. Remember, everything got to go through us, and we say no, and they said no, and so he did a whole term for 8 years, and you can't remember nothing Obama did that was significant. Think about it.
Yeah.
What was it? You know what I'm saying? What was the other major piece of legislation other than the you know what I'm saying, Obamacare that he passed that you could think of? None.
Right.
And for the last couple of years, it's been the same way. So like I say, politicians are going to do what they're going to do. It's going to be what it is. I don't do a whole lot of political stuff on here. I might ask a question here and there. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I asked the chief. I asked you, what you think about the dude getting pepper sprayed in uniform?
The officer. I remember. Yeah, I just when the video came out, the video is right where we at. The video came out after that it happened for a while, but you know, I just man, I'm not a police officer. I know a lot of great officers. Just was in Memphis, chilling, popping bottles with some great people in uniform. The bad part about that is the small few who don't use their mind to think before about what type of force should be used or what type of I don't know, man. It's just one of those situations where, man, I thank God that the brother wasn't shot. You know, but the pepper spray, it just seems like it every time a video come up, I'm looking. I'm like, again, I'm not a cop, but I'm looking at it. I'm like, man, I don't know. I think I would have used better judgment. You know what I mean? It's certain jobs where you have to have better judgment, and being a law officer is one of them. Unfortunately, it is. I mean, especially during this time, it's a lot of eyes on you right now. It really is. But it's one thing I can say, and one thing I will say is that when I get pulled over, stopped, questioned by police officers, I am a gentleman to I don't care if the officer is just giving me crap. Hey, I'm still, yes, sir, Mr. Officer. No, sir, Mr. Officer. Whatever you need, Mr. Officer. Or I'm making you nervous. Yes, I'll stand outside my car, Mr. Officer. Whatever it takes for me to get home.
Yeah.
I'm going to get home.
Yeah.
So let that just be, you got to, hey, you know what's going on. You know what it is out here. It seems like we're on eggshells with that. Be careful, man. Hey, a soft answer turns away wrath. That's what the Bible says, and that's what I try. I'm just being real about it, you know.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? Hey, I got you. I don't be on that either. You know, I'm the same way.
Yeah.
I'm just like, I felt bad for the brother. I feel bad for anybody that go. I mean, you just don't never know these days, man. It just, but it's like I said earlier about getting to know people. If you police in a neighborhood or area, you need to get to know the people in that area. To you, that's odd because somebody got tight jeans on, or because they wearing Jordans, because they got their cap pulled down over their head, or because whatever. That's odd to you. But then think how that guy, the chief said the same thing. Just think about it. He was talking about farming and somebody living in a big city somewhere. Just think how odd a black person think when they go to Iowa and they looking at, you know what I'm saying, you on the farm. I mean, but wherever you policing at, you have to become cognizant of the places that you are policing. You need to understand in the places that you are policing that, hey, these are people, you know, too. They're human beings. And get to know the people that you're policing. You know, and if you so far removed from that the first thing you're thinking is, oh, I'm in a bad area. It's bad. Everybody here bad. You know, how about I think this is somebody's house? Somebody live here. You know what I'm saying? So people, you know, you got to think a little differently. You got to see people as you got to see people who for who they are, and you got to see them as human beings first. And you got to start with that, like you just said. You know what I'm saying? It's, you know, be easy. Learn how to be easy, but it ain't that way right now. It's okay. I see you. You're a danger. You threatening me. Why? Because every time I look on TV, I see somebody like you robbing somebody, or I see somebody like you doing something. But they ain't the only one robbers. People rob in different ways. You know what I'm saying? I mean, but we it's just it's what it is. So yeah, for all you young people out there, anybody listening, man, just, you know, take it easy, man. You dealing with these police, do what they say. Be easy. Try to get home, like my man just said. You want to get home. You want to arrive alive. You want to arrive at your home safe, man. You don't want to be, you know what I'm saying, not seeing your family, your mama no more. That's because you know what I'm saying, you looked at the police the wrong way. Come do what you got to do to get home. You know what I mean? Yeah. He drove a long way though. He drove a long, but I'm not the one. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, if I you know, on a dark road somewhere, and I need to drive to get some light, because I don't know what somebody gonna do, I probably would have drove that long way too. I ain't here to judge the man. You know what I mean? But he did drive a little bit to get the way he had to get to. So I ain't mad with him at all. All right. So he doing, my man doing the mannequin again. It's gonna be an interesting show here. He is definitely doing the mannequin on this show right here. Black, good luck at cutting this up. Oh my God. We'll give him a minute to see if he roll back through. But the show is not over. The show will go on. He's gonna go on with a whole bunch of mannequin looks for my man. Look funny as hell there though. He looked like a black mannequin, crash dummy. Let's see if he came back. Bruh, you back? Let me tell you what you look like. I'm sorry. Every time you freeze up, let me tell you what you look like. Can you see me?
Oh, I can see you. Can you hear me?
I hear you. You know what you look like?
That was my fault.
You like a black crash dummy.
Hey man, that's my fault on that one, bro. I hit the wrong button. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
You look like a black crash dummy. I kept looking. I'm like, what do he look like?
Man, I'm back. I'm here.
You like a black crash dummy.
Yeah, I'm here, man.
All you need is an orange jumpsuit. You be good to go. But anyway, bro.
Let's get it. My bad.
Anyway, man. Yeah, so that's that. I just had to, you know, I like to ask some of these questions, try to get just get us to thinking about what's going on, and to help other people who are listening who might have, you know, encounters with the police or anything like that. All ain't bad police out there. You know, it's good ones and bad ones. You just gotta act accordingly so you can make it home to your family. And like I said, you gotta drive to some light, whatever you gotta do. A little pepper spray ain't never hurt nobody. Make you blind, but everybody saw it. It was on video. Yeah. There you go. Let's see what's the next question up here. So this is a good one. I like it. Hope we can get through it without it glitching. But let's see. All right. What do you think about Kwame Brown and Charlamagne's situation? What do you think was? Who do you think was wrong?
Well, man, in that situation, because it was brewing. It started out with a couple of people taking jabs at Kwame Brown's career. That's how it started.
It was like,
So
yo,
he was
beat me
all
ass.
yeah, so he was obviously already offended. But in that situation between them two gentlemen, I think they both was wrong because they took it away from originally it was about basketball, but then it got personal on family and on stuff that had nothing to do with basketball, like some real personal type stuff. Now, at that point, you know what I'm saying? It got out of hand. It got out of hand. Now I know that Charlemagne issued an apology, but I say for Kwame that was too little, too late, and so he went. You know what I mean? So the response, I can't say the response that he say that he gave was wrong. How he responded to the situation, I can't say he's wrong. That man felt like he had to defend himself, and that's how he defended himself. And he was already taking a beating in the media already, so he was already on one. But I felt like, yeah, I think that I would have to say Charlemagne first and foremost was wrong because the stuff that he added to it, and man, a lot of people didn't know, and that's personal. That's like why pull the Band-Aid off of that wound? Like, yo, let that go. Leave that part alone. So yeah, I just if you start bringing up some people's personal, I don't care who you are, superstar, no superstar, anybody's family or past, we all got a past, but if you start bringing that past to light in front of a bunch of people, I think you just need to be ready to receive the reaction that person that you're talking about is gonna bring to you.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. It's like your mama joke. Some people might be all right with your mama joke. You're gonna get that one person that's gonna be like, go get that look like, what you say about my mama? You know what I'm saying? You're gonna get that one who gonna be mad, you know what I mean? And I just think Charlemagne went all talking about the man daddy would hit somebody with an axe and all kind of why you gotta go there? You know what I'm saying? Why you gotta go there? I understand everybody want ratings, they want to do what they want to do, man. But you're gonna keep it by basketball, keep it by basketball. He did apologize. I think it was too late. Kwame been going in. That cat been going in like hard. That cat been going in on Charlemagne. Charlemagne put a cease and desist out. I like, now you want some more girls. So, what is this? What kind of mess is this cease and desist? You started it. You didn't have to go in there and say nothing about this man. He probably took it a little longer, a little further.
You're right.
But what you want, you know what I'm saying? The stuff he said was kind of outrageous. But now he doing it. Now you want to get the lawyers. It's all good. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm gonna get the lawyers involved. You need to cease and desist because now my money might be affected. Because he came back, started talking about Charlemagne on a rape charge, and and DJ Envy cheating on his wife and all this. I'm like, it ain't mad. I'm like, but you started it.
He took his gloves off.
Kick up no dust if you ain't gonna be the one. You know what I mean? And I was that dude, man. I was that dude like that. So I was telling people, don't mess with me. He like, want to come with that? Oh, I'll get you with the low blow. You know what I'm saying? If you really want to come like that, you know what I mean? But don't start it. Don't start none, won't be none. You know what I mean? And we good to go.
Hey, once you hit below the belt, you made the fight not clean. So you can't determine how he fights you back and what's dirty and what's clean or not, because you hit below the belt first. So now you in a real live street fight.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? You can't be like, I'm going to call the lawyers now. You need to get a cease and desist letter. Man, get out of here. You know what I'm saying? What the hell, you know what I'm saying? Cease and desist letter. Get out of here. Wow, what we talk about cease and desist. Hey, that damn, you know what I'm saying, Mayweather, cease and desist this damn fight you doing. Sit your ass down.
Hey, man.
Mayweather, stop it. Cease and desist the damn fight, buddy. You know what I'm saying? They ain't work. People waste their money. It's like a Tyson fight. After a while, you're like, you know what? Why would I spend my money on this damn Tyson fight? What happened every single time? You go get your popcorn, you come back, Tyson knocked the cat out. You don't spend all your money on pay-per-view for nothing.
Quick. You know what I mean? You better be in front of the TV when that bell go dang.
Mayweather, y'all wasted y'all money to watch this stupid fight. And everybody complain about it now. But guess what? You the dumbass who paid me for it. You already knew what the outcome was going to be. This dude was a YouTube guy. who wants to fight Floyd Mayweather. So now he just I'm gonna get the bag. He like, I want a new Bugatti. That's what Mayweather said. I'm gonna stand in this ring and play with this little cat. Man, he ain't even throw no punches.
Yeah. Hey.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? Cease and desist. He need a cease and desist letter. Cease and desist is damn boxing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Anyway, on to the next question, man. What are some of the lessons you learned in the military, and what advice would you? This was one of the questions I asked before. What are some of the lessons you learned in the military, and what advice would you give those thinking about joining the military?
All right. Well, one of the main lessons I learned in the military, straight off the bat, is again, don't burn any bridges. The military is unique, where you could come in to the military with someone. Y'all came in the same time, but you guys could get in a situation where somebody promotes a lot faster than the other. Somebody is more fortunate and more blessed at that particular time, or somebody goes to a location that you want to get to at some point. There's always the military is one big networking organization. So burning bridges, and it's a small organization. As large as it seems, it is very, very small. You will run into somebody that knows you. So don't burn any bridges. Seriously. Young people, I have this conversation a lot. I like when people ask me about what I think. If there's a lot of young people who rule out the military solely because someone who has never served in the military told them it's not something they should do. You can't base that. You can't ask somebody to give you information about something they have never done. Don't do that. Don't do that. Talk to someone that has served, for one. Go down and talk to the recruiters, but definitely talk to somebody that has served. And do I think it's a good opportunity? Absolutely. I'm one of those people that like the hip hop chief. I did both. I went to college for 2 years, and then I went into the military. Going into college for 2 years, I didn't have a major. Just was going to school, taking my classes, doing what I got to do. But I didn't know what I wanted to do. But when I went and I talked to the recruiters, and they told me about the fire department, I didn't even know that the fire department was a job in the Air Force.
You gotta tell that recruiter story when you finish, though. You gotta tell that fight. You gotta tell that
definitely one. Will tell
definitely gotta get that one back in there.
I got you. So when I found out about that, just describing the way the firefighters work, what they do, I'm like, man, that job sounds like it fits my personality. I went into it. I loved it. And you can find that even in the book. Like I said, I spent 11 years in the military, and I may have only had 11 years, 5 different duty stations, and I only had a problem maybe 2 out of the 11 years that I was there. You know what I mean? So it was a good time, a really good time. And I gained so much experience, certification, training, education that allows me to still enjoy my life and this career field on a civilian level while still working for the military. Still got my ID card, still got that, it's a beautiful thing. So if that advice can help you think about, at least having a conversation with somebody that can give you some true advice, do that. Let it start there. Now, since my man, the hip hop chief, wanted me to go ahead and tell the story again about my recruiter story, let me throw that out there right after.
There you go. So, you back.
Did I freeze?
You good. You froze for like a second, but you back now. Okay. You gotta tell the story, man. It's funny as hell.
Okay. So my recruiter story is this. I did not go to the Air Force recruiter right off the bat because my dad was getting on my nerves about, telling me what to do, this, that, and the other. And being a young knucklehead, I didn't want to do that. I knew that I was going to go in the military, and I knew it was going to be the Air Force. But he's my dad. He was in the Air Force. I was just being a little difficult. So I went straight to the Army recruiter only so I can bring that Army, the pamphlets and all that stuff, to bring it home to him just to piss him off. But when I get there, I'm sitting in the chair talking to the Army recruiters. It's 3 recruiters in there, 2 at one desk, and I'm sitting at the desk of the other one, and he's giving me a spiel. Well, right when he did that, a guy that I went to high school with he was home. I guess when you go in the military, sometimes before you go to your training, you could come back and work at the recruiter's office for a little bit.
You didn't do that?
He was
I
doing
did that. I did recruiter's assistance.
Yeah, I didn't do it. I just went straight to my, whatever I did.
Okay.
But he did that. So this Marine guy that I went to school with, he was doing his recruiter's assistant. He saw me in the Army recruiter's office, and he comes in there with his Marine uniform, proud, and he hands me a card. And when he hands me the card, he's over my back. I turn around and I take the card, and one of the Army sergeants yelled, "Get the hell out of this office. You're disrespectful so-and-so. Don't come back in this office wearing that uniform," right? And I'm like, okay, what's going on? And he said, "This is my friend. We were at high school together. I can come in here and talk to him." And the guy slams his hand on the desk, jumps up. All three of them jump up, and they chase him out of the office. He goes to next door to the Marine office. The Marines come out. The Army is yelling at the Marines, "You keep your disrespectful guys down there. Don't let them come in this office. We don't come in y'all office. Don't come in this office." Well, now they're going back and forth. And I hear somebody say, "I bet you won't come down here and say that." And next thing I know, I see a Marine guy come, and the Army guy grabs this Marine guy and slams on top of a car, and a whole fight breaks loose. And I'm like, I'm just staring at this like he's a grown man in uniform, and like they going at it. So while this is going on, I just kind of sneak out of the office, and the Air Force recruiter is in his office shaking his head, and he points at me, tells me to come here. I came here, sat down, closed the door, but it's windows, so we just watching it from inside the office. And he said, "Now, do you really want to be a part of that?" I said, "No, sir." I said, "No, sir. Hey, I'm good." But that was I could not believe it, man. It was the craziest thing ever, man.
You can't make that one up.
No,
you can't make that one up.
It was hilarious, man.
Hey, man, I wanted you to say that one, man, because that was one of the best ones. I heard a lot of them since I've been doing this, man, but that was by far one of the best ones I heard. I was like, oh my God, you know what I'm saying? Like, they get better, but that was the best so far. You know what I'm saying? But hey, so what you were saying, man, so you talking about, so I'm gonna take it back. So I got a different kind of philosophy on burning bridges. This is my philosophy on burning bridges. Only burn bridges that count. That don't count. Yeah. Only burn bridges that don't count. So I give you some examples. You know what I'm saying? And I done burnt a couple and it wasn't worth nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna burn the ones that count. So I had a chief that I worked for when I was down at Dobbins. You know what I'm saying? I didn't like it. It was a situation. We got this situation. It didn't go good. It was bad. And so I didn't care if I burned that bridge. Mm-hmm. You give a damn. Now, to talk about other chief, you know what I'm saying? Chief Denny Heitman. He's a noted Air Force fire chief. People know Denny Heitman. I will never burn that bridge.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to burn, Alton Robinson. I'm not going to burn people like that who I know are good people. Them other chiefs who really didn't have no influence on my career and had nothing like that, I burn the shit out. I don't care about you. You know what I'm saying? That's the philosophy on burning bridges. People are like, I don't burn bridges. Nope. Burn the right bridge. Don't burn don't burn the wrong bridge. The ones who don't matter, burn that. Burn that sucker down. Light it 10 times. Those who do, the ones that do matter, the ones going to affect your career, I'm not burning them bridges. You know what I'm saying? So that's my little philosophy on burning bridges. People might have other ones, because I know that's just a blanket statement. People say, because sometimes you gotta burn it. That cat, man, I'm not dealing with him. But I'm gonna let him do whatever he want to do, because I want to use him later on with reference. I care less, you know what I'm saying? Hey, if you get some off time, I tell you about one, about some good ones I done burnt. You probably be like, man, did you burn that really? Yep. Yeah. And you can see my life. I haven't had no problems with all those people, because they ain't even a factor in my life now at all. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I think I'll say the same thing what you said to young people. When if you don't know, somebody told you not to be. Now, when I was coming in the military, I worked at Winn-Dixie. I was a frozen food dude at Winn-Dixie. You've been watching me. I said I met Brother Marquise. I saw Brother Marquise there. Saw the Brother Marquise episode where I had him on from the 2 Live Crew. And I seen him, and he remembered me. I was like, damn, you remember me with the gold, the 2-piece, the 2 gold tee? Yeah, I remember you. But yeah, I was working there, and they had a bunch of guys from Wackenhut. So Wackenhut hires all the military veterans, all the people. So I had Army, Navy, and I had Marines that worked there. There was no Air Force cap, but every one of those Army, Navy, and Marine people, they all could agree on one thing. Their agreement: do not go into any of the branches that we served in. You need to go to the Air Force. So yeah, people gonna say what they say, you know what I mean? But sometimes you know, some people that's telling you stuff is good stuff, but you gotta take it with a grain of salt. But people tell you sometimes they might have had a bad experience in the military and they want to just say, hey, you know, whatever. But I haven't had many people tell me not to go to the Air Force. And I always tell people, you know, do I miss the military? Do I miss active duty? No. Do I miss wearing the uniform? No. I miss the camaraderie and the people that I was around in the military. No, I do not miss that. You know what I'm saying? I do not miss that because there is a little restrictiveness that goes on with that. You have to make a decision if that restrictiveness is what you okay with. My sister dealing with it right now. She's in the military. She's active duty. You got to be able to deal with that restrictiveness because you ain't nothing you can do. When they say government issue, that means the skin that you wearing, you know, matter of fact, you can get an LOC for getting a damn sunburn. You can get kicked out the military for getting a sunburn. You actually belong to Uncle Sam. What are you okay with? That's why I say I'm not gonna tell people not to go to I think the military, it did a lot for me. I wouldn't have nothing I have today if it wasn't for the military. But it's a judgment call for you because everybody can't understand when you say government issue. You belong to the military. They say move, you need to move. If you don't move, you're going to Leavenworth and you're going to hit on rocks. Do you want to hit on rocks?
It's a no-brainer. If they say move and your choice is move or go to jail, you can move. Period. It's a no-brainer.
Simple as that. That's the choice. Before you go in, before you sign your name on that line, because I remember back in the day, it was like 4, 5. I still got the paper somewhere. It was like copies of papers you had to sign, a whole bunch of, wasn't none electronic.
Not electronic.
Looking at all the papers 4 years. I was like, damn, man. And it tell you in the contract you sign, you belong to us. So now you make a choice, you know, and it depends on what it is. I think it's the greatest thing ever, man. I mean, I wouldn't knock it. I wouldn't have nothing I had today one for the military. I mean, it was good. Do I miss those certain things? No, but it's choices you have to make as you know, before you sign on that dotted line, because that's a lifelong commitment sometimes. And it could really be
crazy thing, I'm not gonna lie. One of the crazy things, and I think this was a family member. So one of the reasons of why this particular person didn't want to go in the military is because he didn't want to cut his hair. So you rather be broke with long hair than cutting your hair for a couple of years to go get this money in a education, in a career that you can use to bring some more money to you when you get out. I'm like, come on, man, I'm sorry, your decision making is misplaced right now. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's military. That's what it is. Once you in, you still got some decisions that you need to make. How long you really want to do it, because you are gonna be restricted. But you can be restricted for 4 years, 6 years, whatever you sign your first contract, because it is a contract. But I say, yo, do 4 years. Do 4 years. I would do 4 years and get out. But I got 4 years that even with the nonsense, I loved it. I didn't love wearing a uniform. I didn't love having to go work one day on, one day off with us. You know what I mean? I love the camaraderie, the people, the traveling, the meeting all of these different. Man, it was good to me. And I'm like, they ain't about to run me away from this. I'm going to walk away from it when I'm ready to walk away from it. You know what I mean? So, yeah, it was good. And one of the other best things about it is that check I get for the rest of my life for disability for going hard while I was in the military.
Hell yeah.
Like, yo, that's what I love about that too. They got the benefits from being in there. So you get what people telling you about, don't do it. They telling you to walk away from a lot of money. I'm just being honest.
Every time I get my check every week, every month, I'm like, man, you know what I'm saying? Damn, you know what I'm saying? Hey, Uncle Sam been good to me. I ain't mad. So there's a lot of benefits, and that's all I'm gonna say. So good points. Good one. All right, let me get to the next one, man. Let me see. So this is a good one. You know what I'm saying? I had to throw this on. I was thinking about it today. I said, because we talked about different questions. I said, what's some good questions I can ask you, man? And I really like this question, and I'm gonna see how you answer it, because I know how I'm gonna answer it. You know, when I give you my thoughts on it. Has your military service made you a better man and person? If so, then why? If not, then why? Oh, the crash dummy came back. Woo! gonna be a rough episode right here, boy. This is fun, but it is rough. All right, let's see how long we're gonna look at the crash dummy head.
Hello?
There you back. You
back? Okay. I thought it was keeping me off again.
There you go. You did like a crash dummy for a minute. I said, I wonder how long he's gonna look like a crash dummy. So let me ask the question. Did you hear the question I asked?
Is it still, am I froze?
No, you back now, but you froze now. So I'll wait till you come back before I ask the question.
This thing just won't.
Yeah, man. I don't know what the hell you got going on over there. I'm good this time. The last time it was me. You were perfect. The last time it was me. But this time it is not me. All right, let's see if we get you back. All right, let's wait till you come back. Man, this was a good question. I feel like I hear the Jeopardy music playing. My God. All right. I think he came back. Let's see if we can bring him back in. All right. Let's keep our fingers crossed. You back? Can you hear me? Uh-oh. Froze face. You back? This is the cold stare. The stare from death. All right, we spinning. You're back now.
I'm here, man. I don't know how long, but I'm here.
Like I said, it ain't. I think we got material. It's just gonna be a lot of cutting and dicing it. You know what I'm saying? But at least the material is I can actually, he got more room for doggone advertisement because I'm telling you, it's a lot of it's not as bad, you know what I mean, as it was. But I think we got something we can put together. Now, people that's watching this on YouTube, they probably sick of looking at me talking to my damn self in the middle of the damn thing, or you know what I'm saying. But anyway, this is a good question, and I really want to ask you this question. I was trying to think of all the questions I was going to ask you when you said, hey, you wanted me to kind of think of some new questions for you. And I really like this one, and I will give you some thoughts on what I think about it. But I want to ask you this question. You didn't hear it the last time, so now I'm going to repeat it. Make sure you hear it. So my question is, has your military service made you a better man in person? If so, then why? If not, then why?
Has it made me a better person?
Made you a better man.
Made me a better man.
Or either,
Well, in a sense, I would say yes. The only reason I'm gonna say yes is, like I said earlier, I grew up in the military. I went in the military young. Mm-hmm. I went in the military very well, not a teenager. I was 21 when I went in, but as far as going through adult situations and and some of the hardest things that I've had to endure in life, I endured in the military. Mm-hmm. So I would definitely say yes, it has made me a better man, even with becoming more responsible. Mm-hmm. Learning patience.
Crash Dummy's back. Oh. All right, so we get him back. We're spinning. Uh-oh. We lost him. We'll get him back, though. This Wi-Fi sucks. My God. Ugh. Come on. There we go. There we go. Now we're back. All right, you coming back. Oh, there you go. Now you're drinking. So, for editing purposes, I'm going to let you answer that question again and see if we can get through it. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
You good?
Yeah, I hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right. So for editing purposes, answer that question again.
All right. The editing. Okay. So because I grew up in the military, I'm going to say that yes, the military did make me a person. Meaning, I had a lot of experiences that I went through in the military. Coming up if I went in at 21 years old, a lot of first time experiences, a lot of definitely first time experiences, things that I never experienced before that taught me a lot of patience. And like I said, that hurry up and wait that we had to do a lot of in the military, that definitely helped me out with being patient. Being patient, slowing down, seeing how things come to me, even though I'm not a very patient person. I don't like it sometimes. I want what I want when I want it, but that having the patience of just knowing, hey, it's coming. Don't worry about it. Just be easy. That definitely helped out. The other side of it is the responsibility of, I went from being in a dormitory in college to coming into the military, living the dormitory life briefly, and then getting my first apartment, first this, first that. So now, it just was a lot of things. And then the training, the leadership training, the responsibility of being in charge of millions of dollars worth of equipment. And, it definitely added a lot of great qualities and characteristics of who I am now. I got that from the military. That was my school of the hard knocks. It wasn't the streets for me. It was the military. And wherever it took me, I got it from there. I think you said, did it and why? If it did or why didn't it? Yeah, it did. And the reason why, it's the way it was set up. For the Air Force side, we have a freedom. We had a little bit more freedom, I think, than a lot of the other branches. To me, it was like getting paid to go to school. If I could describe what the Air Force was to me, because we were definitely in classes all the time with all of that upgrade training I had to do from the jump. And then once the upgrade training is done, it's like, okay, here's this next level training. And I'm like, man, this don't ever end. Even still, it never ends. But the difference was, I wasn't getting paid to do it in college. Well, they was paying me to do it in the military,
Yeah.
But it definitely to that degree. Now, my parents has already raised me to be a responsible, respectable young man and a hard worker. I already had that going in. So going into the military like that, it was an easy transition. My dad was my drill sergeant for the first 18 years of my life. So somebody yelling at me for 6 weeks to get into the Air Force was nothing. You know, well, it was 6 weeks back then. I think these new it's a little bit longer for them.
Yeah,
now.
I think about 8 weeks now.
Okay, yeah, it was 6 weeks for me back then. So, you know, a person yelling at me was comical. You know what I mean? I grew up with that. You know, the being respectful, that was easy. What was hard was respecting those that didn't respect me back. But because of your rank structure, I gotta be respectful. But that's one of those things that also still to this day has helped me as the man I am today. You know, I'm a fire inspector here at Fort AP Hill. You're working under you as my direct supervisor, and there are times where I've learned that no matter, you know, directors, whatever your title is, some people do not like hearing the word no, and they will test you. They will test you, but I'm like, man, I told the hip hop chief this is my dream job, and I ain't about to let this dude get me out of character so he can run back and say that I did something crazy. You know what I mean? Do you remember that? Like, by staying the military, by staying professional. That's what they taught me how to be, a professional at all times.
Yeah.
By staying a professional, when I first got here, I couldn't believe when you called me and said that somebody reported me, and the only thing they can report me was the fact that I was doing my job. How is that negative? So that's my job. Like, so yeah, man, that's what I would say. Yes, I did. The military has helped me.
Yeah, and I think for me, I think it's some of the same thing, man. I think when I came in the military, I didn't have patience either, and I think I was more angry. Like, you know, you mess with me, you hit it, you know what it is, and I think I learned how to be a little more tactful. I think things out a lot more. You know what I'm saying? People always say you just a thought, you know, I don't make no hasty decisions. I really think about what I say before I say it, and I really go take my time to make sure I make the right decisions. That's one of them. It taught me how to be professional. It taught me how to be, you know, how to learn how to write. It taught me how to learn how to be be a dependable person, and how to pay my bills on time, and how to do, you know, if I'm be trustworthy. If I say I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? If I give you my word on it, I'm gonna give you my word. You know what I mean? You know, that's some things that integrity first, you know, excellence in all we do. Those things that made those things that the military, especially the Air Force, you know, they instilled. They helped me become who I am. When I'm at work, I mean, Chief look at me, he like, oh, I do a lot, right? Why he just don't out of the blue decide, you know, I'm gonna trust you to do a lot. You got to check me out first to see if you can trust me to handle certain things. He throw me to the fire all the time. Man, I'm gonna put you in this meeting right here. Let's see how you do in this meeting. All right. I don't blink an eye because I done briefed to the colonels, and I have briefed a general. You know what I'm saying? I have briefed generals. You know what I'm saying? I've sat in the urinals next to generals. I mean, I ain't scared of nothing. You know what I'm saying? They targeting me right in the ear. You know what I'm saying? Right there. It doesn't matter. You know what I mean? So at this point, I think that it was a blessing that it has made me a better man. It made me a better person than I was when I was growing up in Miami. I didn't know much of anything, but it helped me develop into the man that I am today. So yes, I would agree with you on that too. Somebody might come and say something different, but D-Mill, Denard Miller, and me, it's made us better men. And I can attest to that. I don't know what kind of man Denard was, but he's a very good man. And I tell him that all the time. I like, man, you got a good spirit, man. And wherever you go, you bring that spirit with you. And your spirit alone can change the dynamics of where you're working. Whole spirit can change everything. You know, crabs in the bucket. If you're not a crab in the bucket, trust me. You know what I'm saying? You can change everybody around you and make them feel some kind of way. And it's usually for the positive and not the negative. There you go. So, all right, on to the next question. All right. So that was pretty much the last question. So I take it back. Artist Corner. Hold up. Artist Corner. So what I've been doing, I think I said it before, I've been throwing little tidbits out there for artists so they can have things to let them know and kind of do things and stuff I'm learning as I go along. So this might be coming from a producer standpoint. So as you know, I'm an artist and producer. I've been producing for a long time. So say about 2001, while my man D-Mill spins away. He's back now. Okay. So, but I've been producing for a long time, started about 2005. So I've been learning a lot of stuff here lately. So what I hadn't been doing is getting into the recording part. My man D Mills came down here and he did some stuff, and I was like, damn, I need to get better at this. So guess what? I have gotten better. And where I've gotten better is, if you don't know what Waves is, Waves plugins, tell you something. Plugins can make the difference in your mix, can make the difference in what you're doing. Now I'm a mastering stuff. I'm gonna take that off and let somebody do that. Now my cousin Dez, he nasty with it. My cousin Dez, you know what I'm saying? Dez the Bias, he nasty. I'm on 2 tracks on this album. Be looking for this album to come out. Dez the Bias, but I'm getting good at it. But the way I've been getting good at it is these plugins. If you don't understand plugins, you haven't been able to use plugins, trust me, plugins will make a difference in the way your music sounds and the way you do music. It will change your life. You understand? Trust me. You're a producer out there, you're recording people, whatever it is, Waves. Sometimes, a lot of time they have discounts. Like I do use Universal Audio as well, but they too expensive. They cheapest stuff is like $300. Too expensive. However, you can go to Waves and you can get you some. They have sales. I just caught one, $29 per plugin. So I stacked up on the plugin. So now, if D Mill came back and I recorded D Mill now, he'd probably be like, "Oh snap, whole nother world." I've been working on my album, and I'm telling you, I'm on a whole nother level now. But that was my artist corner. Plugins. If you don't have plugins, go get some damn plugins. I'm telling you, make a difference in your recording experience. Go to YouTube, learn how to use them. That's what I had to learn how to do. YouTube. So, I think I asked you this before, but I don't know if I'm gonna ask you this. Let me see. Maybe I might, because I want to get your thought. I think you said when I asked you this question, you was like, but I'm gonna ask it to you again. What do you think if there is a difference between rap and hip hop?
Yeah, you asked me the question before, and for me, like I said, I really didn't think it was a
You froze up now, and now you look like the guy from Get Out. I don't know why. Woo, wait till you come back. Oh my God. No, we really like, what's the comedian name? Oh damn, what does he look like right there? Oh damn.
Yo, can you hear me, brother?
You was first. You this time you was looking like the dude from Get Out and the comedian. What's his name? Mother sucker. You mother
Michael
sucker.
Braxton. Hey, listen, baby. I don't know what's going on with this internet, but let me hurry up and answer this question. Me and my partner talking about it in Memphis about that the hip hop and rap, and like I said, man, I really don't know. I don't know if there's a difference. And he was like, well, I kind of like, I heard what you said last time, and I kind of like what his spin was on it too. He said that, hip hop is the culture. Hip hop is not just the music, it's the clothes, it's the dress, it's the style, it's the graffiti, it's the tagging, it's the dancing.
Pull down my brim.
Yeah, he's like, that's that's hip hop. He's like, but the rap, that's when you're putting it the music part into action. He's like, it's gonna be different styles and hip hop has evolved, so it's going to even, that's why it definitely doesn't sound the same. It definitely has evolved. It's more, yeah. It's just, that's just really it. Like I don't know if I would take let's say a rapper is not hip hop is not a rapper. I wouldn't say that. I mean, me personally. Now I remember when you talked a little bit about more of the lyricists, and I was like, well, there's some rappers that's got some cold hard lyrics too. There's some hip hop artists that's got lyrics. It's just, to me, I don't think there's a difference. I don't.
Yeah, and I told you what I thought. I think hip hop is the culture. I think that some people just, and they'll tell you if okay, I give you an example. Baby from Cash Money, he's a rapper. He'll tell you straight up, I'm just want to, you know what I'm saying? I'm not doing that. He care less about the lyrics. I'm trying to make some money. That's when I say there's a difference in certain things like that. You know what I'm saying? You could be, rapper like that, but that might have some lyricists, the lyrics, but that's few and it's rare. You know what I'm saying? I think that somebody like Baby is somebody, you know what I'm saying? That's what he is. He's like, hey, I'm not really. Then you got somebody who's a lyricist rapper, and that would be Dr. Dre. Dr. Dre ain't no damn rapper. People writing his rhymes. You see what I'm saying? I guess it just depends. You know what I mean? But I think it's somewhat of a difference, man, in it. You know what I mean? But I like to ask those questions, man. Those kind of crazy questions to make you think and get your mind right on it. You know what I mean? And see what you think. But you gave a good answer last time. This was a better answer this time. So as we get ready to head out of here, I'm gonna play your song, man. You know what I'm saying? And we'll come back and I get all your social media and get all that stuff, man. But I really enjoy having you on here, man. We got a bunch of glitches this time, but I think we got enough content to at least get some Spotify stuff. We can chop it up. Before it was so bad, it was because it was so doggone so glitchy, choppy. You know what I'm saying? But it wasn't that way this time. And I was trying to get you back, and whenever you came back, I let you finish up the questions. So if he can cut me out while I'm sitting there staring at myself. Now on YouTube and on the group, I'm sitting there making fun of you, bro. It's probably gonna be pretty funny. I'm like, did he just say he was like what's his name? What that dude? That's the comedian.
Michael Blackson,
Michael Blackstone. You mother sucker. I'll wait for you to say it. I'm like, is he gonna say you mother sucker? You just sit there like, nah. He said, but you like a black crash dummy. You like the dude from Get Out. And then you look.
Yo.
Hey man, you had a whole bunch of looks today whenever you froze up. But anyway, so I'm gonna get to your song, man. So my man D Mills, he got his song. It's Friday. It's Friday night, right?
Friday night.
It's Friday night. You know what I'm saying? I like it. You know what I'm saying? It's the jam. I'm really, you know what I'm saying? It's tight. It's tight work. So he got a project. I'll let him talk some more about that when we finish this interview. But I'm about to play a song. You know what I'm saying? So y'all stand fast.
That nigga Sully going
Friday.
That nigga Sully going stupid.
This one right here is going out to every woman out there holding it down, staying loyal, staying true. Yo, I salute you all. D-Mill.
It's Friday night and I just got paid. Got something special planned for my babe. It's been a long week, it's time to vacate. We ride. It's Friday night and I just got paid. Got something special planned for my babe. It's been a long week, it's time to vacate. We ride.
I got plans for the weekend. So won't you clear your plans for the weekend? Pack you a bag for the weekend. That's right. Cause we gon' get it on this weekend. Yeah. Baby sweeter than molasses. Fashionista in Gucci glasses. Chocolate dick is my chocolate chick. First round draft, you my number one pick. You only saw me and not my circumstance. Stepped out on faith and you took that chance. And found the perfect partner for this slow dance. As we listen into Sky and the start of a romance. This thing we found is unmatched. I don't know how to fish, but you's a prize catch. It took a while to find you, I ain't gonna throw you back. Teach a man to fish and that man would never lack. Let me love you down cause I'm ready for the world. Old school LL around the way, girl. Baby, I'm the prince that give you diamonds and pearls. Just let your soul glow like a Jerry curl. I'm like, no one compares to you. Can't nobody do me like you. And the special things you do. I'm like, no one compares to you. Can't nobody do me like you. And the special things you do. It's Friday night and I just got paid. Got something special planned for my babe. It's been a long week, it's time to vacate. We ride. It's Friday night and I just got paid. Got something special planned for my babe. It's been a long week, it's time to vacate. We ride. It's Friday night and I just got paid. Got something special planned for my babe. It's been a long week, it's time to vacate. We ride. You give good loving, remind me of Campbell's soup. Good when you do what you do. Creativity when I'm off in the booth. The fire I lay down, I contribute to you. Come on, it's like the weight of the world is on my shoulders. Because of you, I'm gonna crazy. Losing people over here, losing people over there. I'm not gonna live in fear, thanks for drying up my tears. Time to celebrate a queen, yo, we out tonight. Got our hater blockers on, money, let's stay light. So tell me what's on your brain, and maybe I'll do the same. Cause baby, I spit that flame. No EA, this ain't a game. It ain't gonna always be a struggle, I'll be back on top. Extra hard with my grind, so I can't stop. Many others gave up on me, but not you, babe. It's the freaking weekend, honey, enjoy the vacay.
It's Friday night, and I just got paid. Got something special planned for my baby. My baby, we just time to vacate. We ride. It's Friday night, and I just got paid. Got something special planned for my baby. It's been a long weekend, it's time to vacate. We ride. It's Friday night, and I just got paid. Got something special planned for my baby. It's been a long weekend, it's time to vacate. We ride.
All right. So
Yep.
when it's on here, you get a little glitch, but when you hear it in person, it don't have no glitch. It's just what it do. That's how it is. So it's Monday. It's not Friday, but hey, you know what I'm saying? I've got my it was Travis Scott drink. When the hell, it's a little bit of it's a little acquired taste, but hey, it's not Friday, but it's Monday. Anyway,
Yeah.
So as we head on out, man, tell us a little bit, where we can get your book from, where we can get your music from, what you got going on, anything next you got going on, where they can, where we can reach out to social media, everything you got, man. Throw it out to us right now.
All right. Well, D-Mill, as far as the music go, you can find all of the music that I have right now for this project that's recorded on YouTube. My YouTube channel is D-Mill, capital D, capital M, lowercase ILL. The book, you can find my book on barnesandnoble.com. You can find the book on iTunes if you prefer, the digital book. And you can also get the book on Barnes and Noble. I believe that's it right now. Barnes and Noble, iTunes, Amazon. You also can get the book at Amazon.
Yeah.
You can find me on social media. I'm simple. Denard Miller on Facebook. And because I was told I was flipping, so I needed to get a Instagram. You can find me on Instagram now, Denard Miller. I don't know how to use it, but you can find me there right now. This project started in the lab with the hip hop chief Conscious Rhyme at his studio. I told him, hey, look, I want to do an EP, 4 songs, with my nephews, my cousins, and it turned into 13 songs, 2 music videos with more music videos on the way. Got another artist that I'm writing for, my cousin, little Trail Monique, R&B. You like that old school soul, the blues style? Check Baby Girl out. She's on YouTube as well. So yeah, that's what's been going on. Staying busy, staying at it, and you guys just hit me up.
Yeah. Hey man, like I said, thank you so much for coming on the show. For a second time, we still had some technical difficulties this time. However, I think that we have enough to chop up and to make it into a nice Spotify. I want to bring you back because I know you got a project dropping, and I really wanted you to get this Spotify, get this look. You can, drop this and send it out to people. Last time we had your family on here in Forest, I was like, we missed out on this time, but it's all good though. And that it was a good episode. It's still out there if you can get past all the glitching. So you can check out my man D Mills and some of the stuff he said the last time. My man Denard Miller, man. But like I said, as always, it's a pleasure. We had a good time We always have a good time. Until the next time when you figure out what hat I'm gonna wear. I ain't gonna tell you. You just ain't gonna know. But you know it's gonna have something to do with Miami. You're gonna know that. But anyway, man, we out, man. If you want to stick around for a minute afterwards, we chop it up, and you know what I'm saying. That's that, man. We out, man. This has been the Salute, episode 7. Rewind.
Salute. Much love, man. I appreciate it.
Show.